behalf of the County Commission of Nairobi, who had actually purposed to attend and grace this occasion with you, and on my own behalf as the DCC for Langata. My name is Walter Katunon, and I wish to aptly invite in this very important function of tree planting exercise. Allow me to make only two remarks. And number one is that since His Excellency the President pronounced himself clearly on this initiative of planting trees and a target of 15 billion going forward up to 2032, we as a sub-county embarked on a serious campaign and exercise of planting these trees. So far, cumulatively, we have done over 150,000 for the Langata sub-county. Additionally, Bwana PS, I want also to report that we are doing river regeneration along the riparian areas. Unfortunately, for the case of Langata, we did not manage to clear the riparian. However, we are still imploring upon our members of the community who are living along the riparian to please forget the area, because as you can, the area and the environment nowadays is not very conducive. So we still implore upon you to move from those rivers so that we can do the regeneration programs. So far, we have employed around 900 youth who are doing, among other things, unclogging of the rivers, garbage collection, and more importantly, tree growing. We have done over 50,000 tubing or potting of tubes for readiness of planting trees. And in conjunction with the Kenya Forest Service, we have also done the sprouting into those tubes of the tea seedlings. So meaning we are on course, and we want to take this opportunity to thank you very sincerely for even choosing Langata and even adopting this Bomas block as one of your area that you will nurture. Count on our support as Langata sub-county people. So with those very few remarks, I wish to stop there, and also, if you allow me, acknowledge the presence of my MDAs who are present. Any MDA who is around, please, maybe you can come forward here. My security team, my officers, any MDAs who are present. Nairobi River Commission, it's also good that you are also acknowledged here. SEC, OCBD, my chiefs, where are you? It's good that the PS knows we are here and we are supporting this initiative going forward. So, Sir PS, this is the team. This is the OCBD for Langata. This is my area SEC. We have my area chief, the AP commander, conservator for Langata. We have also the DCIO and Nairobi River Commission. So that is the team that is supporting this course. With those very few remarks, thank you very much and most welcome everybody. Asante sana.
Thank you, Bwana DCC. We also wish to recognize the presence of representatives from Egypt. The deputy who has just come in. We also have the deputy from Azerbaijan embassy, who is in, and also we have a representative from FAO team. Yeah. And the rest who are also here, you are all welcome. We have also been joined by our ambassador to UN Habitat. You are most welcome, Grace Okara. We also have amongst us Waziri, CEC wa Water, Environment and Natural Resources from Kiambu County. Karibuni sana for joining us. I wish to call upon, I don't know whether the Conservation Secretary is in. Yeah, if he's not in, Madam Joyce, you want to say something about the forests in a few minutes?
Thank you very much, MC. PSR, my name is Joyce Nduku, the Regional Forest Conservator for Nairobi Conservancy. Mine is to welcome you to Ngong Road Forest Station. It is one of the gazetted forests that is manned by Kenya Forest Service. We have 3 in Nairobi. Of course, several, I think they have about 5. We have Ngong Road Forest Station, which is actually the biggest in Nairobi, which has an area of 1,224.4 hectares. Then we have Karura Forest, which has an area of 1,041.3 hectares. Then we have Nairobi Arboretum, which is that hectares. Then Michuki Park, which is 10 hectares. And then City Park, which is 64 hectares. So those are the green spaces that we have in Nairobi County. So, sir, today we are planting 1,000 seedlings here in Ngong Road Forest Station. This block is called Bomas block. So for the Ngong Road Forest Station, we have 5 blocks, which has been designated by the bypass and also the Ngong Road. So this Bomas block, which has an area of 158.5 hectares. So far we've done several tree planting here. During the Mazingira holiday, we planted here, and last year we also planted here with several organizations and agencies. So today we are doing with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in conjunction with the other partners and Kenya Forest Service. So we are doing 1,000. So mine is to welcome you to plant the 1,000, and we promise you that we will take care of them, and that will go a long way in contributing to the national restoration and strategy which has been set aside by His Excellency the President. So thank you very much, and you are most welcome.
Thank you so much. As you are aware, PS, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs as a whole has a target of 20 million trees. That is our target. And the recent returns we received, I think we have done about 20,000. So we have a big challenge. So we'll be asking the forest teams to give us more space, so that on a monthly basis we should be coming to do the actual planting, so that we can actually be able to reach, even if it is 2 million, or because 20 million is not a joke to do. Like today we'll be doing 1,000. It's just a tip in the iceberg. There is nothing much. So with those, a number of ambassadors are arriving now. You remember we changed the timings. Yeah, the dean is just coming in. Yeah, welcome, most welcome. Yeah, so allow me to now call upon our chief guest, our PS, Dr. Abraham Korir, to give his remarks. After here, I will go and unveil the break. Then we'll go and do the planting. Yeah, thank you. Most welcome, PS. Tukaribisha PS.
I love the faces I'm seeing, and I love just the sense of readiness to start this exercise. I feel everybody is already primed, and the weather last night prepared the ground, softened it, so that today we don't even have to water because the ground is already ready. Distinguished excellencies, representing heads of mission from different countries. I recognize the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps in Nairobi, Ambassador Bayana Russo. I recognize the ambassador of great country of Argentina. I recognize the deputy head of mission of Egypt. I recognize the deputy head of mission of Azerbaijan. I recognize colleagues who are here from the State Department of Foreign Affairs and the State Department of Diaspora Affairs. I recognize with a lot of respect colleagues from the Forest Department led by the DCC and the chief conservator of this wonderful forest. I recognize the CEC of Kiambu County, our neighboring county. I recognize our ambassador from, representing the Republic at Habitat. And I recognize all of us who are here gathered. You can tell that I'm excited. Okay. I have just learned, apologies, I've learned that we are also honored to have representatives from Russia and from Australia who've also graciously joined us this morning. Allow me just to say a few things for purposes of moving this exercise forward. Number one, Kenya is celebrating 60 years in diplomacy. We are engaged in this exercise also as part of that celebration. We've been doing diplomacy for the last 60 years, literally since our independence. Our diplomacy is aimed at building relations with other countries and international organizations because we recognize that our development as a country is contingent upon the development and the goodwill of partners, of friends, of allies, and of international organizations. We are very fortunate in Kenya that we are home to more than 100 missions representing different countries. We have one of the highest concentration of missions on the continent today. That is because we have maintained a very open policy, a policy that seeks to forge partnerships and relationships. We are also fortunate as a country because we host the United Nations here in Nairobi. We host the largest presence of the United Nations outside New York and outside Geneva. The United Nations office in Nairobi has over 86 agencies represented here. And we have about 20,000 members of the United Nations working here in Kenya and in Nairobi. That means that we have been very, very fortunate in bringing the world to Kenya and bringing and taking Kenya to the world, because at the same time, we also have 70 missions abroad representing our interests and working together with us to forge a better world. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya is known for many things. Kenya is known around the world as a sporting champion. And today we are honored to have some of our legendary athletes. I see, I'm told Rose Tata Moya is here. I'm told Kiptanu is here. These are Olympic gold medalists in years past, and we celebrate them for holding our flag high. Thank you very much for the work you do. Secondly, Kenya is known for its leadership in peace and security. We export tea indeed, the best tea in the world. We export coffee, some of the best coffees around the world. We are known for our flowers. We are known for a lot of that. But we are also known as exporters of peace. We take peace wherever there is conflict, if that were possible. We would have people all over the place where there is conflict, because we believe that Kenya has no other interest in any other country except to forge peace and security. But friends, Kenya is also known for something very, very important, and that is our environmental stewardship. We are a nation that prides itself as not only the environmental capital of the world, because we host UNEP and UN Habitat and other UN agencies, but also truly because we have stewarded and we have shepherded our environment very, very well. We have some of the largest protected areas around the world in terms of our national parks spread around the country. We have huge areas under protected forests, and even in the capital of Nairobi, where there is intense competition for land, where there is intense competition and demand for settlements, we have carved out at a very high cost such pristine areas so that we can conserve our forests. Because we believe very, very much that our survival as a species and our survival as a planet is inextricably connected with the way in which we protect and promote our environment. And so that's something that Kenya is also known for. We are known in that regard for being a leader in the area of, of green energy, because our energy grid, unfortunately we have a small generator that is spewing a bit of smoke, but our energy grid is in the region of over 90% green, which speaks a lot about Kenya's contribution to the decarbonization agenda. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Kenya has had very powerful environmentalists who have contributed to the evolution of environmental law, environmental governance, and environmental stewardship around the world. And as we stand here today, I want to honor one of our most celebrated environmentalists, the late Wangari Maathai, who was a Nobel laureate, and whose work in environmental conservation continues to speak to our generation of people. May more Wangari Maathais arise in our midst who care for the environment and who can be able to lay their lives, as it were, in the furtherance of environmental stewardship. With those few remarks, allow me to appreciate all of us for coming and allow us to register our commitment to pushing forward the President's agenda to ensure that we plant over the next 5 years 15 billion trees. I know we have a very high target as a ministry, but we will endeavor to do what we can. I want to request our missions to work with us in the realization of this goal. With those few remarks, I want to thank you and to wish you a wonderful tree planting day, and God bless you very much. Asanteni.
Thank you so much, PS. I guess today, if we had those who sell boots, they could do a very good business here. Yeah. Allow me to recognize our ambassador to UNEP, who has also just come in, Madam Angote. Yeah. Then allow me also to call George Tarus, the Conservation Secretary, who was supposed to have spoken earlier, but I just come in. If he can make his brief remarks so that we proceed in the next program.
Thank you very much, PS, ambassadors present. Good morning. It's a pleasure to stand before you this morning to basically join hands in commemorating this day as part of the Global Diplomacy Week but more importantly, doing it in a very special way, doing it in a forest. And I believe building on what the PS just mentioned, the government is committed to regreen and restore its degraded landscape. And the numbers and the targets are very clear. And I believe what we are going to do this morning is part of the building blocks of where we want to go in the next 10 years. Kenya as a country, with His Excellency the President being in the forefront, is aiming to do 15 billion trees across 11 intervention areas. We want to regreen our degraded rangelands, we want to regreen our degraded urban areas, and basically each and every tree that we are planting, we are tracking it. So I believe the trees that we are going to grow today would end up in our tracking tool called Jazamiti. Because we believe each and every action that we're gonna do is to contribute towards quite a number of other commitments that are spanning towards the climate mitigation, spanning towards managing the issues of biodiversity loss, and more so creating green spaces, especially for the urban communities, to be able to have clean and healthy environment. Ours as a ministry is to join hands with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in this very noble agenda. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bana Tarus. With permission, PS, allow me to call the Dean of Diplomatic Corps to also say a few words. Karibu, Ambassador Baene. I know you were here last time we were planting when we were being rained on last time.
Good morning, PS and all ambassadors, excellencies, and our legends, sports people. Good morning, all. I didn't come here to speak. I came here to plant trees. But this is a habit of Kenya. Kenya has its own ways of bringing us together. This is one of the ways, of bringing us, all of us together here to plant trees. I will be planting 1 or 2 or 3 trees, which will be considered some of the trees of the 15 billion trees proposed. What is 3 over 15 billion? It is nothing but 3/2 of many people. Millions of people make the 15 million. So our planting has impact positively on the climate change that the PS has told us in his very excellent English. I always tell him that he speaks English better than the English do. Anyhow, wherever we plant, this is what I believe. I'm an Eritrean. But wherever, at any point of the globe, wherever it is, whatever we plant, trees has positive impact. This is also, when you see the climate change of our world, this is my country. So we consider as if we are planting in each and every country of ours. So we don't say that this is Kenya, we don't have to plant trees. Because as the PS explained it beautifully, it has impact, a very positive impact on the global climate change that is destroying the world. We are at the brink of catastrophe. But if we plant trees, whatever has been emitted for years, for hundreds of years, this carbon dioxide called destructive gas to the world will be decreased. So let's plant trees. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dean. With those remarks, we now call upon our chief guest, the PS, and the Dean and the Diplomatic Corps, the ambassadors present, to proceed to the signage, and the rest of the staff can be from on the back side of the signage, so that we, from there, then we'll proceed to plant the trees. Thank you.
I see skies of blue, clouds of fire, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by.
As invoice for us to ensure that we maintain it.
If the PS is in a hurry, I can plant for him as far as he pays me for it.
Let's now proceed to...
We are going this way.
Please pose for the photo.
Unafunika ndani inafaa kushikiliwa, unaweza shikilia hapa, nilete ndio hiyo simu yenyewe ukiguza inaweza kata live, so
The rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also faces of people by. Shaking hands.